Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little late this morning. I had a late start to my day and I got caught up with some other things that I had to take care of, and everything got delayed. But I'm here now, and I'm so glad that you're here to join me. Today is Tuesday, which means that we are taking a card out of the catalog and giving it a makeover. And I love this challenge because it takes something that we already have in our probably in our craft rooms, or at the very least you can find the catalog online. And also we always post the card and matching sketch on our Facebook group and on my blog post, so you can reference that. But it's something that we have readily available that we can use to create cards more easily. We can look at another card and use the card as a template for our cards. The other thing it does is, because we take turns picking, it introduces us to different styles, not styles that we might maybe not gravitate towards. So I love that aspect. Now, today's challenge card was actually picked by me, so I hope you like it. Let me put it up on the screen. Let's see. I think it's this one here. Oh, there it is. So this is the card. It's the one on the right with the red stripes on it. And I like this because I think it will be very easy to substitute things in and out. You don't necessarily need the branchy thing on the side, but you could put other things on the side, another die cut shape, or you could leave it off. I saw someone this morning, because we post in our Facebook group, I saw someone leave that part completely off. You can turn it on its side, which I'll show you later on. I did mine in landscape mode rather than in portrait mode. You could put an image right on that white layer in the center, or you could put a greeting like this card shows. So lots of different options, and that's why I picked it. It might look a little bit simplistic on the outset, but it actually, I think, works really well. And here is the sample layout. Now, it's so very easy, right? Because our card fronts are always 4¼ by 5½. It takes full advantage of a half sheet of cardstock. So you can always get 2 card bases out of a sheet of cardstock if you're making a basic card. And then that middle layer is approximately 2 3/8 by 4¼ Now you can use the stitch nested labels dies if you have them. And in the sketch that they used, I believe they used the largest one, and that's also what I used on mine. So that is what we're doing. What is happening in my life this week? Not a whole lot. Our son is still up at Waterloo. He seems to be doing well. He doesn't have a lot of time to talk to us, which is, I think, a good thing. I'd rather have that than have him not be happy. So yeah, so I just, my husband and I, we are, just moving on with our lives, and like we're still there to support him, but everything's going well. Yeah, just like not that much going on, just like work for my husband and I, and so yeah. I will move right on and change my camera angle, and I'm going to show you the bundle that I used today. Here's my card. This is using the Harvest Hellos bundle. I lost the name for a moment in my head. This is using the Harvest Hellos bundle, and I'm using the pumpkin and the punch, and I used a few other die cuts like the stitch labels dies, and I think it's called the Christmas layers dies for this branchy piece. And that was also in the original card, so I just kind of kept it. The original card was like this. So I could have actually done this vertical, but I thought it looked kind of cool having the pumpkin rest on the branches rather than have them come up around. But I toyed with it. I thought either way it would look good. So, You just have to decide which way you would like to run this challenge. So I thought today, since this is a pretty basic card, let me change things up. Let me make a different card using the same bundle so that we can show some versatility. So this is the Harvest Hellos bundle. It comes with the Harvest Hello stamp set and the Apple Builder Punch. Now this apples also doubles as a pumpkin, so they could have called it Pumpkin Builder Punch, but it's actually called the Apple Builder Punch. And it punches out this apple, the pumpkin, also this half slice. If you punch this, then you can use half of the punch to punch this out. You can turn the pumpkin into a jack-o'-lantern. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this set. It's a great fall set because it covers your back to school or the September feel with the apple. You've got the jack-o'-lantern for Halloween, and then you've also got a pumpkin that you can use for Thanksgiving. So I really like this as a fall set. I like it a lot. Okay, let me show you a card that we're going to make today. We're going to make, I'll start building it. So we're going to do an apple. So this is a piece of real red cardstock, and I'm going to stamp with Night of Navy. Night of Navy is a very dark blue, which if you don't look closely, it almost looks black. So let's just see if we can do everything stamped in blue, and let's see how it looks. We'll see if it looks weird or not. So come on. Ooh, you're a little stuck this morning. A little tight. All right, so I've got my apple, and I'm just going to ink this up and stamp it right onto my real red. And now I've got Night of Navy on my fingers. Do you get inky fingers too when you're stamping? It's just so easy to do. Okay, I'm gonna punch this out. Now, you can see, like if I hold this up, doesn't that look black to you? It doesn't even look navy. I mean, you can probably tell it's navy because I just told you that's the color I was using, but it looks just almost like a black on the red. So it's going to make it easy for me to do everything in blue. So then I'm going to also stamp the little leaf from that stamp set, and I'm going to put it, let me think. Okay, I want it on this corner right here. And look again, it just looks like really a dark color. You can't really tell that it's blue stamped on the green. This piece is Call Me Clover. So I started off with real red cardstock, and this is Call Me Clover. And I'm not going to actually stamp the stem. It's a pretty small stamp, and I don't think it's really necessary in this case. So I'm just going to take a scrap piece of soft suede and punch. Okay, so now I have all my pieces for my apple, so let's assemble that. Good morning, everyone who's joined me from Arizona, and I'm not sure where Karen is from. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Karen, tell me where you're from while I'm stamping here. I'm in the Boston area. I'm originally from Canada. Oh, my little thing is stuck. Paperclip time. I've got a paperclip that helps me unclog things. I left my glue open last night. I left my desk this morning. That's one of the reasons I was late. My desk was like covered in stamps, absolutely covered in stamps this morning. And I had to clean it off before I could do my broadcast. All right, there we go. So I just want a little dot of glue, and I'm gonna stick this behind here. I'm wondering if I should have stamped the stem, but it's so spindly that I don't think it really needs it. And then I'm gonna put a dab of glue on the apple leaf, and I'm just going to stick it behind there, like that. Okay, there is my little apple. And I thought, let's change up the colors too, because this card is very harvesty. Let's make this a little bit different. So, oh, let me not put that away yet. Let's do Night of Navy as a background. So my card base will be Night of Navy. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored in half at 4 1/4, and then I use my bone folder to smooth it down. I need to smooth it down again. I've got some more spring. There, that's flat. And then I also use 6 by 6 neutrals paper. Now you might think, what? Night of Navy in the neutrals? Yeah, they actually switched Night of Navy into the neutrals. It is such a dark color, in my opinion. It functions more as a neutral than it does, I guess, a real color. I don't know if that's a good word. A little different than maybe Pacific Point and Blueberry Bushel, because you could see right here, when I stamp navy, it almost looks like black on here. So it really kind of, because it's so dark, it kind of functions as a neutral. So I'm going to use some Tombow just to adhere this piece. I cut this piece down to 5.5 by 4 1/4 to fit on the front of my card. It's going to cover my entire card front, because that's what the original card did, and I kind of decided to follow that card. The original card had like a full piece of paper on the front. You don't always have to do that if you want to be a little bit more sparse with your paper, but look how pretty that is. It's just such a pretty backdrop. And then I'm going to take a piece, this is a piece I cut earlier from the Stitched Nested Labels dies. And you can notice the little stitching around there. This one's the largest one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my apple on here. And I also cut out earlier with a piece of Call Me Clover cardstock. I cut that piece out with the Christmas layers dies. What? No, I better get the right word for that. Let me go scroll on my blog post. It is called, yes, Christmas layers dies. Okay, sometimes, you know, I forget the names in the middle of my thing. So I'm just going to lay this here. On this one, I actually did 2. On this one, I'm going to do 1. I'm going to just kind of keep it a little bit more clean. And then I'm going to take this stamp from the stamp set called, and it says, You Make Me Smile. And I've got my navy here still. So before I glue everything down, I'm going to make sure I can stamp this stamp straight, because if I don't stamp it straight, I'm going to cut a new layer. Make sure I also stamp it the right way around. All right, that's straight enough. Do you know, like sometimes like straight enough is straight, you know? Doesn't always have to be 100%. So it's close. It's close. If I was being a perfectionist today, I'd turn it over, but I like the stitching on this side a little better. So now we just need to add this on here. I will want to center this piece. So look that it's centered from top to bottom and from side to side. And smooth that down. Now next you're going to want to put your apple down. Maybe a little bit on the stem and the leaf just to anchor it to my card. And like that. And then I'm going to add, like that looks good just like that, but I'm going to add the branch anyway, because that was kind of the card design. You know what you could also do is stamp some those little seeds that came with the stamp set. You don't necessarily have to use a die from a different stamp set, but I'm just kind of wanting to kind of create that same card, and I thought that little branch, I have to hold these down. It's going over top of many different layers. There. Isn't that cute? So I left one branch off. I actually, on this one, I added that extra branch. Oh, and you know what? I was going to see, I tied a little linen bow to see if I should add that. Oh yeah, I think I do need to add that. Let me grab a mini glue dot. It got dark all of a sudden in my room. The sun was just blazing earlier. Okay. Ooh, I'm almost out of mini glue dots. That's not good. Let me grab my paper piercing tool. I'm just going to turn this dot into a blob. Whoa, that's really, really dark. Lights. There we go. A little bit more light. A little bit more light over here. Okay. All right, so I turned it into a blob by just rolling it on the end of my stylus tool from my Simply Scored scoring board. And I'm just going to put a little dot right there, a blob. And then I'll stick my little linen bow right on top of there. And just kind of spread it out like that. Yeah, there we go. That makes me happy, just adding a little bit of a bow on there. So there are the two cards. Which one do you like better? I don't know. I think I probably still like my pumpkin card better. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to do something a little different to show that you could kind of use the same layout for this card. And I really think that you could do this card without the branch too. And, you know, maybe do some light stamping in the back. I don't know. But I kind of like it like that. All right, let me see. Oh, Karen's in Arizona and Catherine's in Arizona. That's so cool. I love that. Let me switch back to me. There I am. All right. Yeah, so I hope you're going to join us today, and we have a Facebook group, so please go over there and give this layout a whirl. I think this is a very easy layout, especially if you haven't joined us in the challenge before. This will be a great layout for you to try, because I think with just having that big back layer and just that one label or piece in the front, it's very easy, and we're very supportive over there. That's the idea, is to get stamping and to use a card to make your card. So I hope you'll join us. We had 15 new members in our group this morning. Before I posted my card, I was like, whoa, there's some people that need to be approved. So I went ahead and did that. Another reason I was late this morning. And I approved the 15 new members. So if you're new and you're watching this video, I hope you will be encouraged to join us, because we are a very nice group and we want to see your cards. The challenges keep getting better because more people are participating. I remember when I first started this, it was, well, first of all, Catalina started on her own. She's my downline. And she started this on her own, and about a year in, I noticed she was so consistent. She just, every single week, she would post a card, and I was so proud of her for being so consistent. And I thought, would you mind if I joined in? So we started to post together every week, and then we created a Facebook group, and we posted every week, and we asked other people to join us. But we made it even better because we got a whole bunch of other bloggers out there to join us. So we have a group of bloggers that blog with us each week, and they share their cards as well. And then now we even have like all of you joining in as well. So we've got Catalina and I, we've got our blogger group, and then we have everyone else. And it is really great. The more people that post, the better it is, because now we can see, there's so many different ways to make up that card. And you will see today, I think I was the 5th person that posted today, you will see like 5 different ways to make that card. And I think that's a great thing. So if you need any of the supplies that I talked about today, the Harvest Hellos bundle is awesome. You can follow the link back to my blog, and you can click on the supply list down there. That will take you to the store. And if you need my measurements, they're on my blog as well. The sketch is there too. So just let me know if you need anything, and I hope you guys have a great week, and I will be back next week with another Casing Tuesday card. All right, take care. Bye-bye.